Welcome, Fade to Black breaking news for this Tuesday, December 26, 2023. This is all of the news that you need. I'm Jimmy Church, and I just posted in the chat, and I think it's up on YouTube and so forth, and certainly over on our social media pages, a regression that I did with Sarah Breskman Cosme live in the studio at Gaia for my TV show Into the Vortex. Now, I know I said that I would never do this, but it's Sarah, and I was comfortable with her, and we decided that it would be fun to explore what would happen. So if you want to check it out, and I know that you do, the links are out there in social media and in the chat. Head over to Gaia, check out season 2 of Into the Vortex and the episode with Sarah Breskman Cosme. I'll say this. I was under for 1 hour and 11 minutes. Okay. And the stuff that came out of me was shocking. And so go and check it out. Some of the highlights are there, of course, right? And go and check that out. I also have the full regression on video. Maybe one day it'll be a documentary. I'm just saying. All right. So go and check it out. The links are there. Head over to social media. Go over to Gaia. Check out season 2 of Into the Vortex. We're starting season 3 now. Okay. All right. Let's get. I hope everybody had a great Christmas. Christmas was yesterday. Yeah, I had a great time. I played Santa, jumped in the Jeep, filled it up full of gifts, and drove around Los Angeles. And it was a lot of fun. Had dinner with my daughter and my mother-in-law, Evelyn. That was amazing, and just had a great time driving around Los Angeles and hanging out with everybody. So there you go. I hope you had a great Christmas. New Year's is next. I can't believe it. But let's get this started. On this day in history, 2004, on this day, a large earthquake shook the Indian Ocean floor west of the island of Sumatra, triggering a tsunami that killed more than 200,000 people on this day in 2004. Here's your fader fact, something I didn't know. In 1967, David Bowie considered becoming a Buddhist monk. After a few months of studying Buddhism, a lama, not the Dalai Lama, but another lama, advised him to pursue music instead. That's right. After his passing, Bowie's ashes were scattered in Bali, honoring Buddhist rituals. Wow. There's your fader fact. Let's get to the breaking news. Lots of it today. I'm going to start with this. The Moon Sniper lander, developed by Japan's space agency, successfully entered lunar orbit yesterday on Christmas Day. The milestone brings the nation a step closer to achieving its goal of landing a robotic explorer on the moon's surface for the first time. On its current path, the lander is completing one loop of the moon roughly every 6.4 hours. But over the next few weeks, the vehicle will slowly tighten its orbit, diving closer to the moon's surface as it prepares for its touchdown, slated for mid-January. If successful, Japan will become only the 5th country to do it and only the 3rd country to do so in the 21st century. China and India are currently the only nations to safely land a vehicle on the moon in this century. That's crazy. If it reaches the lunar surface, SLIM, which is its real name, is expected to explore a site near a small impact crater called Scioli, near the Apollo 11 landing site where NASA astronauts first touched down in 1969. Allegedly. Yeah, you want to check out Thursday's show with Marcus Allen, by the way. We will be covering the Apollo moon hoax. Alexi Navalny, Russia's most prominent opposition leader, published a letter today describing the transfer to his new penal colony in the Arctic. It's not funny. I just can't say it. The first time his supporters have heard from him in 3 weeks. Navalny's comments, posted on his social network accounts and written with a heavy dose of irony and humor, highlighted his good spirits and seemed intended to address all of the concerns among his allies who had grown anxious about his health and status since his sudden disappearance from the public eye back on December 5th. Navalny is a longtime antagonist of Putin, who has been the subject of increasingly harsh punishment over the past year. His transfer to one of Russia's high-security special regime penal colonies has been expected since September, when he lost an appeal against the 19-year sentence he is currently serving. The Castle Rock Pueblo settlement complex on the Mesa Verde Plateau, where Colorado borders Utah, is well known for buildings within the cliffside hollows and rock art dating from thousands of years ago. A research team from a university in Poland has reported back on new findings from the area, including a variety of previously undiscovered rock carvings covering a distance of about 2.5 miles. Older members of the local community said that something more can be found in the higher, less accessible parts of the canyons. Sure enough, approximately 2,625 feet above the famous settlements, the researchers found a variety of lines, swirls, and other designs scratched into the walls. Some of the etchings are spirals almost 40 inches in diameter that turned out to be calendars that help to mark special dates and track astronomical observations. Work is now underway to map the area in even greater detail using LiDAR that should be able to get down to a resolution of 2 inches and uncover even more carvings. Wow, very exciting. Tens of thousands of earthquakes rock California each year. Many of these shakes originate in a boundary between the Pacific and North American tectonic plates that run through Southern California, known as the San Andreas Fault. Someday, the Mojave section, where I'm at, of this fault is expected to unleash a massive earthquake to rival any other in Los Angeles past, dubbed the Big One. Up to at least a 7.8 magnitude, this earthquake could wreak havoc on much of Southern California, potentially toppling buildings or triggering widespread evacuations. But it turns out that this event may not be as destructive as previously thought, particularly near Los Angeles, according to research presented on December 13th at a meeting of the American Geophysical Union. In California, a cluster of 5 balanced rocks that stand just 9.3 miles from the fault in northern Los Angeles County, where I'm at, hold clues to how strong shaking has been over the last 50,000 years. Using data from these rocks, researchers found that the ground will likely shake up to 65% less aggressively than current official hazard models for the Big One. That's right, all of this according to the new research. Fingers crossed. Jerry Evans, an Arkansas man who picked up what he thought was a piece of glass at a state park, says he later learned his jelly bean-sized find was a 4.87 carat diamond. Jerry Evans visited Crater of Diamonds State Park in Arkansas for the first time with his girlfriend last spring. He says about 10 minutes after they arrived, he spotted what looked like glass a few feet away on top of a plowed ridge. After later returning home, he says he pondered whether the small object could be something more than glass. So he sent it off to the Gemological Institute of America. His diamond became the largest one registered at the park since Labor Day of 2020 when Kevin Kennard of Maumelle, Arkansas found a 9.07 carat brown diamond. This diamond is crystal perfect clear. It's beautiful. You should check it out. Human remains were found Sunday, that's right, Christmas Eve, in connection to a 2013 missing persons case with the help of a YouTuber, according to the Camden County Sheriff's Office in Missouri. The sheriff's office said that James Hinkle, a local videographer who operates the YouTube channel Echo Divers, spotted a submerged vehicle in a private pond while filming with his drone. Hinkle was searching the area for clues related to the disappearance of Donnie Irwin, who was 59 when he went missing back in December of 2013. Divers confirmed the vehicle's license plate number matched that of Donnie Irwin's, but were unable to find any remains. During the weekend, right now before Christmas, authorities brought in cadaver dogs who alerted detectives to a specific area of the pond. On Sunday, divers recovered human remains and an artificial hip that Mr. Irwin had. Wow. And finally, I'll leave you with this. A wild turkey got caught in the power lines in Sacramento, California on Christmas Eve, leaving more than 4,000 homes and businesses without power as Santa Claus arrived in his sleigh. The utility reported that 4,248 customers lost power at around 12:15 p.m. on Sunday following the bird strike. Crews were quickly sent out to fix the damage, and no power outages remained as of 12:26 a.m. on Christmas Day. It remains unclear what caused the bird to get caught up in the power lines and what happened to the turkey in the aftermath. Rumor is it was tender and cooked perfectly. There you go. There's all the Fade to Black breaking news that you need for this Tuesday, December 26, 2023. Fade to Black breaking news is produced by Renee Newman. I'm Jimmy Church. Tonight on the show, Chris Coleman joins us on Fade to Black. We are going to be talking about the history of ghosts. And then tomorrow on Fade to Black, we're going to talk about A Flash of Beauty, the sequel. That's right. A new Bigfoot documentary is on its way. We'll be talking about that tomorrow night. And then Thursday night, that's right, it's Marcus Allen of Nexus Magazine joins us to talk about the Apollo moon hoax. All of that and much more this week on Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. But for now, go Backley Tappy.